And that was the last time I got the clap.
Man, you know,
I got it over in Okinawa with those buy me drinky girls.
Buy me drinky girls. Buy me drinky.
Buy me drinky, $5 sucky fucky.
You number one,
Yeah.
guy. You number one.
I got it. Okinawa.
Howdy.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Hello, everybody. So, you ready for the rundown, Mike? Out there we have Can Z, I'm a Redneck Copperham, Bush Brother. Wow. Working Class Woodsman, Mike DeLucia, Bush Brother. A lot of conversation going on between those guys. I think Todd Mitch is out there digging freedom. King Coin. Scrolling. Will Hornbuckle's out there. He's also here. Flint and Steel Survival, and I think that's about it. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on that old. Swan. See, I don't. Mine doesn't go up that far. I had to refresh, so. Hey, Bush Brother, thanks for acknowledging me here.
Can I ask you a question? Are you taking questions? Well, I was going to ask, what are the topics tonight? Oh, well, I had a couple things. One was, is anybody watching Alone? And the other would be the last theater shooting. It's right. We did talk about that once, didn't we? A little bit. Yeah, could have been. Yeah.
How's that out in the chat room for my level of can you guys hear me now? Bush, can you hear me now? But that's my take. How about what about you guys? Are you guys watching? The other guys watching it, Mr. Tom?
No, I don't watch any TV at all, hardly.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, I got a big one behind me. I might have to hop on there and see if it's. How long has it been going on?
About 3 or 4 weeks now.
I might have to look and
Since
see
July,
if it's on.
let me see. I lied. Since June 8th, yeah, maybe longer. It might have been either June 18th. Yeah, June 18th. It came on.
I'll have to see if it's on demand. Something like that might be on demand where I can watch it.
I'm watching on the channel.
Okay.
Yeah, the History Channel. Here, I'll give you a link in the internal.
All right. And while you're doing that, I'm going to say hello to Mr. Gig Riding. Good to see you, brother. And I really enjoyed that video last night. And I'm glad you guys can hear me loud and clear. Mr. Cabernet, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I feel so terrible because I haven't had time to watch any videos lately. I mean, I get through a few of them and
Yeah.
I feel terrible.
I'm the same way.
A lot of them I usually watch, I haven't been able to get to.
Yeah.
All right, so I may want to open a new window to do that.
I'm the same way. By the way, you guys, I'm out in the chat room. So if you guys need me or something, just say, "Yo, Mike." So.
I'll give you now.
So on Alone, here's the thing for Ohio and Mr. Tully, who don't watch it. Tommy, what about you? Do you watch it?
I've watched it a couple of times.
Yep. So Ohio and Mr. Tully, here's the logistics of it. There was 10 guys. 3 that I know of are from YouTube. Are put out in Vancouver, Ireland. They have 10 pieces of gear that they were allowed to take with them.
Vancouver Island, that's over by Alaska, right?
Yeah, just south of the southern point of Alaska, yes. Yeah. And just so it's kind of like northeast of Seattle, Washington, I guess, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they're out there, and there's more bears and cougars in there than almost as much as Kodiak Island in Alaska.
Yeah.
And they don't have any weapon. The only thing they have for a weapon is their knife.
Well, there's a couple of them who got a bow and arrow.
Yeah, they do have bear spray. But at any rate, so you guys know Carl Craven, right? Ohio and Mr. Tolley. You guys know Carl Craven?
Yeah, yep.
He's on there. Mitch from geez, you think I know this? He's on my. Been subbed to. He was one of the first subs that I had, that I subbed to, I should say.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. How do you pronounce his last name?
Robinette.
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 And what the hell? Native Survival is
Native Survival. I'm subbed to him.
He's on there. That's Mitch. He's from Massachusetts.
See, we probably can't give no spoilers now that Ohio hasn't watched.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to tell you what happens, this, that, and the other. But
I tell you what, $500,000, you'd have to fucking carry me off that island.
Right, and when the logistics of it is the last man standing. It's like King of the Hill, Ohio. Last man standing gets $500,000.
$500,000, dude.
So this thing could last a long time if you got 2 people.
Well, they're on date. Well, I watched last night's episode. It was day 21. So
that's a lot of days.
Yeah, and that some guys are eating clams and shellfish and fish. They're catching steelhead. Well, we call them steelies, but they're
Yeah, we do too.
The steelhead trout?
No. Well, no, I'm sorry, it's not trout. They call them the salmon. Steel something, but it's salmon, though. One poor bastard, he had to leave because he didn't know, he thought it was in an inlet of fresh water. The problem is that he was in an inlet with fresh water and salt water mix, and he was boiling it down and drinking it for about, he said he drank about 10 quarts of it, and he wasn't.
He must have got dysentery or something like that.
Yeah, well, he wasn't feeling good. He was seeing things and shit, and I guess that's one of the parts of what that drinking salt water does. It makes you like schizophrenic almost.
Yeah.
Man.
All right,
hang
Frank.
on real quick, Frank.
Yeah,
well, Frank
no,
says
go ahead.
he's
You
still in
talk. Go ahead.
support.
Go ahead, Ohio.
He says he can't join, but he's showing his support. Going fishing early tomorrow morning. Frank, I really wish you the best, and I hope you have fun, and I hope you don't catch a damn thing.
Catch us a big one. Hey,
Frank, I hope you catch tons of fish, brother, and make them good, tasty ones. Grill them out on that pontoon boat of yours.
As Gear would say,
that is a nice little boat, isn't it?
As Gear would say, catch a biggin.
Somebody mentioned Naked and Afraid. What's her name? Soul Survivor. She did a video where she was invited to that.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah, but she didn't wind up doing it, right? Her and Mike.
She's still contemplating, I guess. She's still deciding if she's going to do it or not. I guess they contacted her.
Hey, Dingo Tomato, what's up?
That show needs to be on a different network. It quit blurring shit out.
I couldn't go. Hey, Fuzz, to answer your little comment there, I couldn't go on Naked and Afraid, to be honest with you, Fuzz.
Because you're afraid to be naked.
Well, no, I'm not afraid to be naked. It's just I don't have.
Everybody else is afraid of you naked?
No, I said this before. That I love doing bushcrafting and stuff like that. You know how what's her name weaved a bra or whatever for herself and then pants for the guy or whatever. She did it out of like a whatever. I can't do all that bullshit. You know, these guys, and a couple of guys on Alone are doing it. They're making fish traps out of small saplings and shit. I don't know how to do that bullshit.
You could do that shit.
I just don't know how, though. I just don't know how. I've never done it.
You just think you don't know how.
You learn real quick.
Like, you'd figure it out.
After 4 days of not eating, you'd figure something out real quick.
They got videos on YouTube that teaches you how to make them.
And the other thing is, if I got with some whiny little bitch.
Oh, you'd have to.
And here's the other thing, right? So I'm watching that the other night.
His wife would kill him.
I'm watching that the other night, and I said this before. I don't know if it was on Tommy's chat. I think it might have been on Tommy's chat. I said, so I'm watching it, and at least they're being smart. You know, they're cold, so they're laying beside each other. Okay, which is smart. But not for nothing. You're gonna tell me he ain't waking up with modern wood? You know what I'm saying here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no, we don't, Mike. You're going to have to explain it in detail.
If he ain't waking up with morning wood, he ain't a man.
Right on. You know?
Hell, I'd be going to bed with wood.
You know what I mean? Yeah, right.
As soon as I hit 50, man, I started waking up with morning wood, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, I know, guys. Thank you, Bush and Fuzz. No, I'm not afraid of the dark, so to speak, but, you know, as long as there's no bears in there, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what hides in the fucking dark.
Right on. It's just the bears that kind of piss me the fuck off, to be honest with you.
Oh, I got a pretty good little. There was a news story tonight at the Columbus Zoo in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
A guy hopped a little barrier, which is not really, you know, it's not like he hopped a huge fence or anything. It's just one of those, like, chains that keep you back away from the cage.
Yep.
You know, he hopped one of those and called the cougars over to the edge of the cage, and they came over, and he was petting them through the cage. And they arrested him. I mean, and there's video of it, and the cougars seem to be having a good time. They're all purring and stuff and rubbing up against the fence, and he's petting them. But yeah, he got arrested for it. And, you know, I don't see where there's cause for arrest because there's no signs that say it's illegal to step across the barrier. I mean, it's just a barrier. I mean,
well, what did they charge him with, or did they say?
They didn't say. They just said charges were filed. I mean, knowing cops probably trespass, and you know, which I don't see how you can be a trespasser if you paid to get in. You know,
right?
I'm sure they got rules posted as you come in. that you know.
Yeah, but rules are kind of. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, rules. Yeah, rules aren't laws.
No.
Well,
You just have to be able to.
well, they kind of are in a place like that because can you imagine the lawsuit if the tiger would have attacked?
Yeah, but still, again, rules aren't laws, so therefore you don't arrest him. You just kick him out of the zoo. You broke our rules. You have to leave, and you're not getting your money back.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
it would have to be a law that was broken, but to arrest him.
Super.
Right.
Super fly.
Super
fat
fly.
guy. 859. Yo. Dude, my wife still loves the beginning of your videos, dude. Every time she hears, she thinks that's just awesome. Hey, you wanna jump on and say hi there, Super? Just give a yell out, man. Send it right to you, brother.
Super, I got to tell you, brother. After moving up north, even further away from you, I'm now about. I used to be about 2 hours from Super. Now I'm about 4.5, 5 hours away
Oh,
from
really?
Super. Yeah, and there's only one Skyline chili up here, man. Only one, so I don't have one on every street corner like I used to. So when I'm in the mood for that, I gotta drive to one spot all the way across town just to get it.
All the way across town, huh? That must
Yeah.
be rough, man.
Right on.
Well, when you're used to being able to go
Down the
a
block.
block from work, and then you pass 4 or 5 of them on your way to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like Walgreens. You know what I mean? There's one on every corner.
jeez.
Yep.
Oh, Fuzzfork said creating panic at the zoo, but there was no panic. He was the only one there. He was the one filming the
Right.
video.
If he's
So-
in the video.
Speaking of food, which we always get on food topic on these chats for some reason.
Yes, we do.
There is a place that I went to in Akron, and it's not in the best neighborhood. It's kind of one of those you might want to carry while you go there neighborhoods. But the place is called Smack Yo Mama, and it's a wings place and burger place and chicken place, and it's called Wings So Good You Want to Smack Your Mama. And I had a steaked potato. This man takes a baked potato and he cuts it down the middle, and then he cuts it a few other times and opens it up, real big. He then proceeds to cover it in steak.
Oh.
Then he covers it with mushrooms and onions and green peppers and cheese.
Ohio. You realize
And
I'm
then
in a chill
he
with no
drowns
food,
it in ranch dressing.
You're
What's
awesome.
that?
You realize I'm in a friggin' trailer with not so much not to eat. You're making me hungry. It sounds delicious though. I'd eat it.
It was awesome, and it was like $8, but man.
Hey.
And then the styrofoam containers that you get for to go or whatever, they fold over.
Yep.
The clamshell. For $2, he'll fill one of those up so full with fries you can't even shut the damn thing.
Oh, damn.
And and they're like real good fries, like you get at the county fair and shit, with the malt vinegar that you put on them.
Hello, Dish Outdoors. Thank you for coming in there, sweetheart.
Oh, I'll be on it. What's up, Dish?
Okay, I feel completely out of place. All you Northerners are talking about weird food.
Wait a minute. Wait. All
What do
you
you
know
mean
this.
weird
What's
food?
weird?
Oh, look at this. I just thought of something, guys. I don't mean to interrupt, right? But this is really pretty freaking funny. We have uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Ooh,
Four
Yanks.
Northerners against one Southerner.
That usually doesn't happen.
Ain't that the way the war went?
Yeah, absolutely. 4-1. We beat the shit out of you. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you know what? Take that flag down.
Exactly.
Shit, you'd have to kill me to take that flag down.
Tommy, you fly that flag proud, brother.
Yeah, Dish. It's
I might be a northerner, but like I said, I probably should have been born down south.
Right. Me too.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean, Super? You lost me at malt vinegar. Malt vinegar's awesome on French fries. Anybody else agree with me?
No, not me. Sorry.
Never had it.
I don't like malt. I don't like vinegar.
I've never even heard of malt vinegar.
Malt vinegar. It's like yeah. Will knows what I'm talking about. You go to the state fair or the county fair, you got to pour that malt vinegar on them fries with some ketchup. Mm.
Yeah, you don't want to eat it every week, but yeah, fair time, stuff like that, sure.
Sadna, you got a Dish. And yes, Dish, it's chilly up here tonight, so that's why I'm in my parka.
I wish it was chilly here. Crepes,
It got chilly here last night.
Chilly enough that I don't have mosquitoes outside.
I wish that would
to beat
happen
hell
here,
last night.
Did it?
Yeah, it rained. We got about 3 inches, man. It soaked into my basement again. I got to move my workshop to the other side of the basement or something. This is getting fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, hey, Kenzie, I'm with
Oh,
Bush
hey,
Brothers.
Tully.
I'd like to learn from your elders.
Yeah.
Did you see that I'm part of the Black Rifle Club now?
I
Yes,
heard that. No, that's not what was said. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were going to say what they said when you were in the chat tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Matt?
yeah. Matt's giving me a hard time about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sorry, but
He's not an AI guy, I take it?
he's an AK guy, and I've had an AK before, but I've never had an AR. But I mean, I couldn't pass up that trade. I traded a couple.
Yeah, I'd have done it.
A couple bricks of ammo and a Lee Enfield rifle for an AR. So.
Hey, CCT, how are ya?
I would have done that trade.
Yeah. I haven't got to shoot it yet, though. I mean, I've got 400 rounds. Got 400 rounds and 10 magazines, so.
There you go. I did trade off my Glock, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I traded it for a Smith & Wesson Model 28 Highway Patrolman revolver.
Ooh.
I'll also be happy with
Nice
that.
wheel. Nice wheel.
Now, that's a 357, isn't it, or is that a 38?
Yeah.
So
No,
we've got,
it's a
357, yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful gun.
I gotta do a video for the Fat Man.
Yeah, where is he? If you guys see him, let me know. If you see anything that he's, if he's posting any, I sent him a link. So.
How do you trade guns? Do you gotta go switch registrations or something in your state?
Handguns or
Nah.
shotgun?
No, you just if we're in Ohio, you mean?
Oh, Tolly's in.
Oh.
No, just go and make the swap. I always make sure that they're, if I'm trading away a handgun, I always make sure that they've got a permit to purchase anyway.
Right.
Because we have to have either a permit to purchase or a permit to carry to buy a handgun. And that's just more to cover my ass than anything.
Right.
Fuzz is asking me if it's hot, if the gun's hot. No, no, the gun's not hot. It was a panic buy, is what it was, by a old timer who doesn't like plastic guns, as he would say, and basically he wanted my Enfield because he likes the classic, wood guns and stuff like that. But I had to throw something in to make it better, and he's like, I was trying to go through what I had, what I wanted, what I was willing to get rid of, because I was looking at trading about 2 or 3 guns for this damn thing, to be honest with you. And he's like, you don't have anything really I want except for that Enfield. He's like, what kind of ammo you got? And I'm like, what are you looking for? And he's like, I need some 22. Well, I had a shitload of 22, so
Right.
I ended up trading. I think I traded him 6 perks of 22 and the rifle.
Wow.
And he was happy with it. I kind of felt bad, but when the man acts like he's happy because he's getting what he wants, what are you going to say? You know?
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, that's the whole thing about a trade too. Just as long as everybody walks away happy, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, but
He'll give you Fuzzwalk will give you $5 for it.
$5 for it. Well, the thing is, you know, those Enfields, their price have went up depending on where they're made and stuff. And mine was a British model. It had the crown stamped on it.
Yeah.
So it was worth a little bit more. It wasn't your basic surplus rifle. It was probably about a $400 gun.
So let me get back to what Will asked about two subjects he wanted to bring up. He wanted to bring up the alone thing, and he also wanted to bring up the shooting last night in LA at the theater. Well, I didn't read into it yet. I get, for whatever reason, on my Windows, I don't know if it happens to you guys too, one of the apps on my thing pops up with all this news stuff. And I was on a chat yesterday with G Mangos and them, and it popped up that there was a shooting out in LA. So you brought it up, so I'm assuming that you read into it and you want to share with the class?
Well, no, I read a little bit into it. I guess he's I always like to read people's motives and try to figure out what's going on in their head. I mean, he's a member of the Tea Party, and it seems to be a conservative.
Oh, so this wasn't a Muslim that did it.
Oh, this is a white guy in this about 57.
Wow, imagine that. I'm sorry, just some sarcasm there. I apologize.
So we're supposed to say all conservatives are bad, but all Muslims we're supposed to not judge all Muslims?
I'm not. I you know what I say, and I'm not being religious. I say you try not to judge everybody until the shit hits the fan and you know everything, until all the facts are out, and then you can judge all you want. But
well, here's the fact for you. He had a criminal record and shouldn't have been able to buy a gun, so the FBI criminal background check failed once again.
Yeah, and how is that? Because I get people that are mad at me because here in Massachusetts, how screwed up we are with our gun laws. When I bought my very first shotgun a few years ago, one of my buddies' friends worked at the place that I bought the shotgun from, and he's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy it. I go, why? He says, well, Mike told me you had a DUI. Oh yeah, that's true, I do. I said, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. The FBI says no, I can't. Well, then the FBI says no, I can't. And of course, I bought it. They called the FBI, and they put my name in. Boom. I bought it. Well, now the guy's pissed because one of his friends has a DUI and he's not able to buy one. I go, well, hey, Peachy. I go, hey, that's not my fault. That's not my problem. I feel bad. I think it sucks that, in my opinion, with a misdemeanor like that, you can't give to one and not the other. This guy also does live in Massachusetts, so it's not like it's a different state type deal. I go, does your friend have, another charge or a felony that's hindering him from it? Is he forgetting that he did something or whatever? I said, because, and I've continued to buy. I bought the Mossberg, and I got the muzzle loader. So I don't know how it goes. So I'm with you with the FBI stuff. It's tricky, but does he have on his record, Ohio? Do you know if it was felonies or misdemeanors?
He was felony. He was like a
career criminal.
Yeah, he had a lot of criminal past.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. It's weird though, ain't it? It's
Well, man,
is
I don't.
Is the FBI not doing their job, or is the person punching shit into the computer? I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's like just they're not getting the right information. It's probably not the FBI doing their job. It's probably local police departments not reporting the to the FBI.
Right.
Well, in some states it's still legal to own them. Anyway, like North Carolina, if you've got misdemeanors, you can still own guns.
Yeah, you can here too. It's just not handguns.
The other guy might have had enough misdemeanors to where it was actually a felony.
Yeah, well, you got to have escalating misdemeanors are what cause,
Is that how the
like
law goes? Yeah, okay.
yeah, domestic violence is an escalating misdemeanor. Assault could be an escalating
But
misdemeanor.
that's the domestic violence one, though. You can work around that in some states too. After so many years.
But I mean, like in Ohio, if you get charged with domestic violence and then you say you go to jail
Mm-hmm.
and you post bond, one of your conditions of bond in Ohio is to abstain from any drugs or alcohol and to remove all firearms from your house.
Right. But
That's just when you're on bond and you haven't even been found guilty or anything yet.
well, yeah, that happens here in Mass too. You're supposed to relinquish all your guns. And here's the funny part with Massachusetts. You ready for this one? It doesn't matter, handgun, long gun, it don't matter. You still have to give it up. And you know what? In Massachusetts, after 1 year, it's theirs if you don't go and you know what I mean.
So, yeah, reclaim it.
It's theirs, which I think kind of sucks.
I ain't relinquishing shit. So
Yeah. Hey, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I gotta go check on the kids. I think
Alright,
I hear one of them up.
All right, we'll be here. Yeah, it kind of sucks that those laws, but like I said,
I don't think they have that here in Minnesota. Maybe if you're convicted, you have to, but
yeah,
or you have to get
Convicted
rid of
of
them. I don't know that you have to relinquish them to the authorities.
yeah, it's convicted or pled guilty to, and usually on a domestic, they ask right away anyway. Do you own any guns? No. Are there any guns in the house?
Yeah, I own a gun or two. Yeah,
You know.
they're in my house. Where the hell else are they going to be?
And it's weird because well, you guys I said this on a live chat before. Hey Frank, how are you, pal? Yeah, they do have us obeying statutes to exercise our rights in Mass. You got that right, brother.
I'm reading this, and it says he was denied a gun permit.
Oh, he was. Well, he should have been.
Yeah.
Well, was he denied permission to purchase firearms or permission to carry?
It says Hauser was denied a gun permit.
Which is probably a permit to carry.
Right. Which is
in Minnesota, they're two different things. I can get a permit to
Right.
purchase and still be denied a permit to carry.
Exactly.
In 2006, Hauser applied for a concealed gun carry permit, but was denied.
Yeah.
And that's how Mass is. Mass, I could go and buy a shotgun and muzzleloader, 22, 30, all my rifles, but I can't go and purchase a handgun yet because I have that on my I have the DUI and I got the it wasn't domestic assault, but it comes under domestic dispute or whatever on my record. So, and back then I didn't know the laws, so I didn't fight it. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's kicking me in the balls. Hey, Six, what's going on, man? So, you know what I'm saying? So now, but I've been told by different lawyers that I can. So I just got to find out how much the lawyers are going to charge me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's a whole nother deal there.
Oh, yeah. You know, My dad's like, you should go for it. I'm like, Dad, you should give me the $5,000 to do it. You know?
Dad's not hip with that, is he?
No, Dad's hip with me having a gun.
Not hip with giving you the $5,000.
Oh yeah, just not right, exactly. Just not hip. Give me with the. Yeah, exactly. But you know,
Wow, $5,000 to fight it?
it's probably. I mean, they're lawyers. I mean, what's a lawyer making nowadays? 60 an hour, 75 an hour. I mean,
The lawyers down here's got like a set fee, like for them to do the same thing for me. He said he charged like $500.
oh,
So
if I gave him a place to stay in Massachusetts, would he fight it up here in Massachusetts for me for 500? Start a GoFundMe, Bush brother. Absolutely, brother. Help Mike get his license.
Well, if you guys would have been in the theater, would you be running for the exit, or would you try to take him out with your concealed weapon? I mean, I don't understand why they don't happen more.
Hopefully
After that Aurora, Colorado thing, a lot of theaters said no frickin' guns in the theater.
No guns in the theater.
Oh,
He can
really?
still open carry if he's not.
Yeah.
Digging to Metal says he could still open carry if he's not a felon, and it's a open carry state. But to answer your question, if I'm carrying, and because in Massachusetts, as Frank will tell you, it's concealment only. Okay.
Well, hypothetically, of course.
If I'm carrying and something like that, like an Aurora, Colorado happens, or LA happens, like last night or whatever.
Yeah, my gun is out.
Obviously, I'm going to be with somebody, you know, my wife or whatever. So yeah, damn Skippy straight. I have a right to protect myself and my wife, right? So yeah, I'm gonna.
Yep.
But I'm going to do it smartly. I mean, if he's in a group of people, am I going to shoot? No. You know, I'm going to be safe about it. I'm not going to take out somebody else, too. You know, for me, it's not going to be, you know, what do they call that damage? There's a word, and I forget the name of the word.
Collateral damage?
Thank you. Collateral damage. I don't believe in all that bullshit. So, no, I wouldn't take him out if I didn't have a clear shot at just him. But if I did have a clear shot at just him...
Not everybody, though. So, I mean, somebody might get shot anyways if you don't end this real quick.
Yeah, but I get that part, but especially up here...
I don't want to be responsible for shooting an innocent person.
Exactly. Whether that person just gets injured in the arm or not. Because in this crazy world today, as you know... yeah, we all have a right to defend our homes and our well-being. However, there's that little thank you, Six, yeah, collateral. There's that little what do you call it that people sue you for?
Everything.
No, you shoot somebody in your house. You shoot somebody in the house for breaking in or doing something, you know, like totally, you know.
King of the castle.
No, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you do, hate the token, you do something, like if they're doing, you know, horrific things to whatever, to whoever, and you shoot them, you can be sued for a wrongful death suit. And even if it's gross, even if it's a gross charge or a gross lawsuit, I should say, still you got to fight it. Still you have to hire a lawyer. Still you have to go. You know what I mean? And that's the only sad part. I mean, again, I've said this 10,000 times. I love this country. I hate some of the laws in this country that give people the right to sue you after they've done something dumb and wrong. And you know what I mean?
Yep.
So therefore, yeah, Will, I wouldn't. Maybe I can't say
into my house. That's not wrongful death if I shoot them and they die.
Right.
That's not wrongful death.
And
they broke into my house.
Right.
They did something wrong.
Yeah. Yep. And as everybody knows, you have that choice whether to shoot or not shoot. You can hold somebody at gunpoint till the police get there. You don't have to necessarily put a bullet in them.
If they're not being aggressive, I'll hold them at gunpoint.
Absolutely. If you give them a choice and you say, "Hey, Jerry Pruitt," and you give them a choice and you say. You give them two choices. You can get hit with a bullet, or we can call the police department. Your choice. Right? and you give them that choice or her that choice, and they say call a police department, well, then you just call the police department. And I would smartly say, I'm the homeowner, I have them at gunpoint, and I'm not taking them off gunpoint till you guys get there. You know, so, you know. Or, if the person is dumb enough to, like Mr. Tolley just said, be aggressive, well, then unfortunately, you know, then you have to do what you have to do to protect yourself and your loved ones. So, because obviously none of us want to go and start shooting people up that don't, you know what I mean?
Oh no! You walk in my house and you haven't been invited. Your ass is bought and paid for because I figure you're out to harm me.
Yeah, I get the house thing. It's the concealed carry thing. I'm not sure if I'm following you. I mean, what's the point of concealed carry if you're afraid to use it in a mass shooting?
Right.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
but again, if I don't want to hit innocent people.
There's parts of those laws though, Will, are geared toward if you feel that you're the one that's in danger. If I'm in the back of the theater and this guy's in the front shooting the place up, I'm probably not in danger of getting shot.
Right.
Well, so it doesn't protect. He's endangering other people, and the law doesn't extend to that.
Not necessarily.
Now I remember remember the hero guy who shot and ended one of these rampages.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 3 or 4.
It just seems to me weird that more of these people haven't been caught up by somebody with a concealed weapon. You know, I mean, they come out often. You know, what 2 or 3 a month? You know.
There aren't that many people that carry, and the ones that do are obeying the laws. If that movie theater has a sign out front that says they ban guns, you can't carry there.
Right.
I don't carry a gun though.
Well, I don't either. I have like I said, I can't tell you how many guns I got because I don't really put all my cards out there, but
I got 1 or 2.
Right. And just because I don't have, in other words, because I don't have a license to carry doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to shoot you with my shotgun full of double-lock buckshot.
Right.
So,
maybe they should make it if you're going to make a rule that you can't carry in here, then you should require metal detectors at the door. Then, you know, to make it. Why just let the bad guy carry it? You know,
because that's a violation of your privacy.
Metal detector. Metal detector.
Yeah.
Well, getting shot in the head's a violation of your privacy, also. I mean, obviously.
Right, exactly.
Hey X, what's up? X says, Mike, the thing is, if you fight for my concealed carry, you could lose your FID for hunting. If I didn't have my CCW 20 years plus, I don't think the chief of police would hand them in today's time. I don't know. That's why I don't know if they can take it though, X. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why I would lose it if I fought it. I mean, I got my FID. Why? Because of the new rule, you mean? We have a new rule. We have a new rule in Mass.
They're in Louisiana. I don't have any idea about the Louisiana gun laws.
Mr. Everybody, please say hello to One Stump Greenwood SC. How are you, my brother?
Stomp, how you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm absolutely outstanding and grateful to be here tonight.
Thanks for coming on, brother. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, Stump.
What's going on, Cockerham?
See that, Mr. Cockerham? Mr. Cockerham, see that? Aren't I nice? I got you another southerner. Oh, it's because of the new laws. All right, thanks, X. I'm gonna have to find out though, X. You know what I'm saying? If they take my FID card, I can still buy. You know what? I look at it this way, bro. I'll keep my guns in somebody else's house, and I'm still gonna be able to buy my hunting license because all New Hampshire cares about is if you have a hunting license with somebody else. So, you know, if you had it through another state. But yeah, Stomp. I don't know if you heard us earlier. I was kind of picking on Tommy because we had 4 Northerners in here, and Usually I'm outnumbered with the Southerners. And,
You know, that's all fine and dandy, but remember this,
yes, sir.
okay? Yeah, I'm going to try real hard to steer clear of the whole controversial BS, window drooling crap, okay?
Hmm.
But you know, this ain't a few hundred years back no more. It's a whole different time now.
Yeah.
Right on. It certainly is.
And Mr. Hornbuckle, it is an absolute pleasure to see you, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, actually she would, but she totally hates guns. She won't even shoot my fucking pellet gun.
Yeah,
My
my
wife.
wife's the same way.
She won't shoot my pellet. But she said she'll take a picture of me because I told her I think it was hot seeing a chick in a bikini holding a friggin' rifle. So I'd do that. Like, you won't shoot a fucking pellet gun, but you'll stand and let me take a picture of you in your bikini with a fucking gun in your hand. That's the Sicilian in her.
That's an Italian woman right there, boy.
You know what I mean? And considering she doesn't watch YouTube, I can get away with saying that.
My wife doesn't either.
But yeah,
But
so
know she looks in my cabinet every once in a while, though.
I just and it's not that I agree with the private establishments. You know, I call them private, but they're public. You can go and buy a ticket, but although they're still private, you know, like who is it? Is it Target or Walmart that made it gun? Well, some states, not all states, but wasn't it Target or Walmart? Target made it a gun-free zone, a gun-free store, what have you.
Yeah, I guess where I don't shop.
Right.
Hey guys, sorry, I want to interrupt real quick.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I've got a sick kid.
Oh,
So,
that sucks.
That
yeah.
sucks big.
All right, well,
Yeah.
we'll take care of the sick kid. And,
We'll see you next week.
it's been awesome to have you back, brother. You know that.
Yeah. We had some pizza tonight, and I think he might have ate too much pizza, but he's got a bellyache, and he's in the bathroom right now. But he's only 7, so when you're 7 and you experience what he's experienced right now, he's not in a good mood.
Give him a,
Gee, you
give him,
think?
give him a, do you have any ginger ale in the house?
No, I don't. I've got some Sprite or 7-Up, so that usually helps.
Yeah, use Sprite, and then yeah, that's what I do. When I know my daughter, when she gets one, you know what I usually do? I give her either ginger ale or Sprite, and then I give her like a half of a friggin' Tums.
Yeah. Well, he wants to cuddle up right now, so.
There you go. That's what Daddy's
Oh,
like.
yeah.
So, I appreciate the link, and like I said, sorry guys, but I will see you probably next week, like Tully said.
All right, brother. That'd be awesome.
And hey, Stump,
What's going on, live?
you joined in while I was gone, and here I am bailing. So
It's all good, man. I understand. Take care of family. That's the most important thing in the world.
Right on.
right,
Right.
yeah, it's one of those things where he doesn't want mommy, he wants daddy.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah. So,
My girls
right,
were
guys.
like that, too.
take it easy. I'll see you next week.
Good night, Ohio. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Hello.
Also, too, good night, Jerry. Good luck fishing tomorrow. Everybody's going fishing tomorrow. That's awesome.
Yeah, not me. I gotta work.
Jerry, have a good trip. Have a good time fishing.
Right on.
Because when Working Class Woodsman, I invited him to the chat, and he came in, popped in, said hi, showed some support, and then he was getting up early and going fishing. So, and I'm sure that he'll make another video and tease the balls right off me and say, "Hi, Mike DeLucia, you're not here fishing." So he does that a lot, which is cool. I like it. You know, the sucky part is that right where I am at now, I'm not too far from him at all. So
you could go and kick his ass.
I don't know if I can kick his ass or not, but I can go say hi and have a cup of coffee.
Well, you can go let the air out of his tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. WCW doesn't seem the part that would go over too good. You know, be kind of like if I went down to Stomp and kind of like pulled on his fucking beard or something. You know what I mean? That probably wouldn't go over too fucking well. Or if Stump and I were having a cup of Joe or something, and he said, Mike, dish is mine, and then I'd be like, no, Stumper. That'd be kind of stupid for me to. You know what I'm saying? Hit right on Stump or what? How am I doing so far?
Well, let's put it this way. On the dish thing, you and I are both somewhat happily married, if not extremely happily married.
Right on.
And I don't think either one of us are willing to throw away all those years and half our shit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I hear that loud and clear.
If that happens, my wife will. If that happens, my wife will learn how to shoot a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won't be so afraid of guns.
That's the truth.
Is this how you do it?
What scares me on that idea, Mike, is my wife can shoot, and she's very damn good at it.
Oh, how did I do the other? Was a couple weeks back when I was teasing when I said to her, "Stop that! Do you really know how to shoot a bow?" Oh, I thought she was going to start flipping out. I'm like, I hope she knows I'm teasing her.
Oh, she knew you were cutting up with her, but she was probably one more little remark from going and getting her collection of arrows that she's Robin Hooded at 30 yards just to show you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's that good, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. We used to go to 3D tournaments together with the bows. If it was just me showing up, there were 3 or 4 people that would pay their entry fee and leave. If she showed up with me, there was usually 10 or 12 that would go ahead and leave.
Yep.
She's really good with that bow.
What? Hey, Paper Tiger, how are you? Frank, you live on the Charles River. That's a big-ass river. I hope you don't live close to the city, because I wouldn't need it. Although the Charles is a lot cleaner, so. But anyway.
The hell?
I don't know. Somebody's got their volume up on. Will, what are you watching?
Yeah, that's Will again.
You know
Will
it's
does
Will.
that.
We always catch Will.
I don't have anything on.
No? The token says she lives on a lake, and all I catch is stupid
Gar.
gar. Well, I don't technically live on a lake, but I live near a lake. Same difference, though, with the token.
You can't eat the gar?
I can't eat, like, here in Hampshire where I am, I got a lake less than a quarter of a mile from me. And because of the mercury.
Oh, yeah. We get that in the Mississippi.
They put out this thing where, an adult can eat the fish, but they say you shouldn't eat it. You should only eat 2 in, like, 120 days or something. Within 120 days. You shouldn't give it to children under 17 or 16 or whatever the hell it is at all.
Right. Yeah, we got all that here for the Mississippi River.
It sucks because I'm really not a catch and release guy unless I'm taking the girls fishing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Years and years and years ago, the Army Corps of Engineers came up here and they put gravel dikes around that was part of this lake. And so they put gravel dikes around it and formed a pool of water. So it looks like a pond, I guess, but that's where I grew up swimming. And so I'll take the girl. We own it. So it's not like you don't even need a license to fish in it or nothing. And, we catch them and throw them back. That's the only time I catch and release. Usually when I fish like I hunt. If I shoot it, I eat it. So.
Yep, that's the way I fish. Pretty much, anyway. I mean, if it's too small, I don't keep it. But I do like to let them grow up and get big.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, Frank, I heard there was a bunch of pickerel lately up there in the Charles. A friend of mine fishes the Charles a lot. Down off 128 somewhere, Frank. That's where he goes. I don't know whereabouts, but that's where he goes.
Hey, Mike, can you turn up your volume a little or something?
You want me to turn up my volume?
Yeah, I've got you maxed here, and I can really hear you.
All right, let me go back into. I didn't know
Does
that.
anybody else have trouble hearing?
They were earlier. Bush brother couldn't hear me earlier, but then he said it was okay.
I always wonder if it's on my end.
I can hear him fine, but I got a headset on, so I don't have the background noise.
Well, hang on. You know what, Will? Will, is that any better?
Yeah, I guess.
Let me try this. Because I don't remember turning my...
Sounds about the same, actually.
I don't remember turning my... I didn't ever went into the settings and turned down my microphone or nothing.
You know, Ohio showed me that little trick, but it doesn't affect anything at all. Doesn't help, doesn't hurt it. Just, I mean, it shows me the controls, it lets me move it, but it doesn't affect anything.
That's about all I can give you right there, man.
Ooh, right there, that's good.
How's that better?
Yep.
You know what I did?
What?
Move my microphone down to my mouth.
That'll
I've never done that.
Oh, Frank, that's cool. That's cool, Frank. Frank, I'm up in Drake it on the other side of Lowell. Oh, King, don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Hey, DP, what's up, brother? What's going on tonight? Any good? All right, you talking. Who's old?
Who's old?
Mr. Tolley.
I ain't old.
To token,
51 ain't old.
To token, do you realize that Will's the oldest guy on this chat right now?
Oh, Tolly's older than me.
I'm older than that.
I'm trying to give Mr. Tolley some, you know, and try to be mean to you at the same time. No, just kidding.
I ain't that old. 51 ain't that old.
Hell no.
No.
I'm wise. I'm
Yeah,
wise. That's what it is.
If you live to 100, you still got half your life to live, right?
Well, you know, I like to tell people that I've been married to the same woman for half my life.
Right.
How long you been married?
We're having our 25th anniversary this year.
That's awesome.
Wait a minute, that can't be half your life. Oh,
We
yeah.
lived together for 2 years. Got married.
Oh,
So we have been together for quite some time.
I don't think Chad just Stumper.
Yeah, man.
Apparently, my wife heard me.
You have Chad's number, right?
Yeah.
I have it.
Do me a favor, text him and let him know, because I sent him links. In the last chat we had, it didn't go to his thing, and 2 days later he sent me this message. Mike, I didn't know this was going on. What the fuck? Da 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 da. So, can you do me a favor? Shoot him a text. I mean, if he's busy or whatever, obviously that's cool. But just shoot him a text and say, Mike wanted you to know that you have a link if you want to take it.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll be
Thanks,
right back.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. I'll let you do it. I won't do it.
Hey, Gary, how are you? Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. All right,
Yeah.
so the token, who do you think was in their 30s? Me? Oh, thank you.
The token's going blind.
The token,
Yeah,
I am.
I think so.
How did you know I was still in my 30s, the token?
Lying sack of crap.
Nose that I'm coming, the gray-haired beard I got, the goatee I got. But anyway. So.
Mike, you ain't asked me what I was working on tonight.
I was just, you know what? I was just about to do that. Is there an echo or is it me? I was just about to ask you that. Let me click. Hang on. Let me go back to
my sheath for my.
Hang on. Let me go back to the.
I'm working on personal projects now.
Hang on. Let me go back to the thing, and I'm gonna click on you so you can show the class. You ready? Boom.
Well, I'm not done with it yet.
I know, but you still.
But that's the knife.
Sky's on you. Nice.
And the sheath is all oiled up right now.
Yep.
I just have to put the retention strap in it. But there it is, all in its glory.
You know how on the Moors at the top of their plastic sheath, how it has like a, oh, how do I explain it? Well, you know how it is, right? It has that little. I saw Joe's Neon formed something almost like that, and I was amazed. He did it with water.
Yeah, this is
formed
wet formed.
Yeah, wet form. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
And you wet form it. That's the nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty.
Yeah. That's the friggin' nuts.
But I don't. For this kind of a knife, being a skinner, I want to be able to pull it out without having to use two hands.
Right.
So it fits in there. It's wet formed, but I wrap everything in a plastic bag so that it's a little bit bigger than what the knife actually is, and it draws nice and easy. Put a retention strap around it, you're good to go.
That's awesome.
Now, I know Charlie said he don't watch a lot of TV, but there's a pretty good news show on. I think it's called Forged, where it's a competition.
Yeah, I want to see that, but I don't get the channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been. I don't remember what channel it's on, but I've been watching it lately. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's on like A&E or History or something, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I think it must be A&E, because I don't get the History channel.
The token, why would you be laughing saying no Mikey CCT? So you tell me I don't look dirty? Damn. Damn.
I used to get told I don't look my age, but now I got too much gray to get away with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. People know that I'm friggin' old.
I don't know. Stump looks close to my age. He's got that gray in his goatee.
Yeah, but you know what? Stump's younger than me.
Only
By
40.
by about I don't know. I think 8 years or 7 years. I think he's younger than me.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm only 40.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh, now I feel horrible.
All right.
Here's a sheath I made for the Mora 511.
Hang on, let me go back to the internal so I can.
And that one is a friction sheath.
I like that.
So it just
that's what I meant. You see at the top there how you have it so it stays in there tight, and he was showing people. That's how he was showing people how to form that, when he does it wet, and that was awesome to watch.
I do the same thing with my gun holsters.
Yeah.
So that they have some retention to them, and then on mine I put a stiffener around the top, so when I form everything, I don't get all the detail that some guys do, but I don't care about a lot of detail in it. Right. I care about function.
Exactly.
I want it to work good and last forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
The holster that I carry every day with my 1911 in it, that I've had that I made that 2 years ago, and it looks a little rough, but it still works great.
Yep.
I can still tip it upside down, and it'll still hold that 1911 in there.
Yeah, the token. I guess I did. Sorry. Yeah, I'm with you. I want functionality before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, Stan, how are you?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I definitely want functionality before looks. Don't misunderstand me. Presentation, looks is great.
Oh,
I get all that, but you know what? Like you said, man, if it's doing its job, that's what. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
I want it doing its job.
Oh no! I won again. Holy shit.
You know what? Somebody block him.
Yeah. I've been waiting all night for him to call my name.
How do we block him? What did you win now?
I'm not sure what the prize is, but I guess the amount of nickels in a jar.
That one? How many was it?
Hold on. All I can see is my name flashing up. It was.
Because I was in one like that. I don't
Wins
think
is Mr. Will Hornbuckle. He guessed 389. The total was 396. So I was it's about I was way off actually by about 7 numbers. So
That's something. He wins so many that he has no clue what the hell he's winning anymore.
it's really tough when I go to the mail because I don't know, what price it is. Or who it's from. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I get excited when I win.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
There's my dangler for my Mora, for my companion.
Give me 1 sec, Mr. Tully. I want to. Somebody just wrote something. I don't want to. Frank says my next door neighbor was a top gunner, B-24s in the Pacific. He gave me his flight knife. Oh, hang on. Let me go back to. He gave me his flight knife before he passed. Finest knife I've ever owned. No doubt.
Be cool.
Dang right.
No doubt, Frank. Let me go. All right, Mr. Tolley. Let me go back to the internal. And show that one more time, please, because now you're on. It's all you.
Dangler
Oh, the
sheath
dangler.
for my
Yeah.
Mora. That's for the Mora companion. And that one's a little stiff.
But that's not.
But
Again, that's not bad though.
No, but there's a big enough welt there that you can push your thumb against it and still get it out.
Right.
And the danglers are really nice. If you go to sit down, you don't
Yeah.
have to take your knife off because it'll just, it just kind of swings out of the way.
Yep.
It's really, really a handy sheath to have when I'm out doing bushcrafty stuff. I
That's
like
awesome.
this one a lot.
Thank
And
you.
it's left-handed. I carry this on my left side because I usually have a gun on the right.
Exactly. Hey, P. Nascos, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. As always.
Now I got to make a holster for the highway patrolman that I got.
Yeah. Now, do you normally you do this by like because you've made them before? So like this highway patrolman, you're gonna make it for, or does he give you his gun to do it, or do you how do you work that?
It depends on the gun. Sometimes I'll get something like this, which is a blue gun, and it's just a mock-up, plastic mock-up of a Beretta Nano is what this one is.
Yeah.
And I'll make the holster from that, and it's perfect fit when it's done. But I could do stuff with these, like I got the ejection port kind of covered up because the ejection port's really deep on the Nano, and it causes problems when you're trying to draw the gun. It holds it too tight when you wet form it. Most of my wet forming grabs around the trigger guard, right around the front of the trigger guard when I wet form them.
Right.
So that it doesn't cause wear and crap on your slide. Or like a Keltec PF9 I filled in, I just cut some leather and glued it in there to fill in the light rail on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just makes it easier when you're trying to make a holster for them.
Right.
But that's normally what I'll do is I'll have a blue gun. Or I'll, if it's something I can't get a blue gun for, or I don't have a gun for, like a Browning high power or something, they don't make a blue gun for it that I've been able to find.
Oh, really?
But, I've got a buddy that's got one, so I can borrow his and make a holster for it that way.
Delaware Patriot said that he loves his Mora companion. I do also, pal. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great knife.
I do also. I mean, I've said this before. For the money, any of them, and I think let me say it this way: the ones that I've looked at, I think the most expensive one is $50 or something like that. But it's not a companion. It's not a companion, obviously. It's the Mora Black.
That's the one with the fire steel, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one I gave away for on my giveaway. That Ohio one. But the companions and the other, you know, for the money, you
Can't beat
cannot, you cannot beat it. And I know I saw Chad's video that he did about his companion, how dirty it is. And he says, "Oh, some people might be mad at me because it's not clean and da 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 da," and you know, and he's beating the piss out of it. But you know what? It wasn't made to sit in a drawer or on a shelf or you know what I mean, or
You're
whatever.
damn right.
It's made to do its job, and he's getting the best use out of that knife. And the companions are shy money, so you know, so what if you know he does it, whatever, he breaks the tip of the big deal. You go out and you can afford just to go out and get another one. You know, it's not like it's and believe me, I'm not knocking anybody that makes knives, you know, custom knives or anything like that. Don't misunderstand me. But you know, most people can go out and get a Mora. Most people can't go out and purchase a $300-400 friggin' custom made knife.
Well, and you know, my companion goes out with me a lot, and it's the blade is stained and shit, and you know how carbon steel will get when you're using it.
Right. Yeah.
But it holds an edge really well. I mean, I haven't sharpened it. Probably she'll still shave me. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Still take off some hair. I mean, it's a great knife. Even if you just keep it in the original sheath. You know, I like stuff that I can take off easy enough. And that clip that's on there, I can pop that right off.
Yep.
But it doesn't fit on my gun belt. Because my gun belt's really thick. But we can work around that.
Not to get off subject, but where the hell did Tommy go?
I don't know.
We just lost him.
While we're talking about where folks are and all,
Yes, sir.
I heard back from Chad. He's got some family in, so he's kind of hanging
Okay,
out with
cool.
them at the moment.
No, that's cool. I just want to make sure that he knew that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because I felt really bad because I'm like, I know I sent him like 2 links or more, but and then because he sent me a note saying, Mike, I didn't know it was on. I'm sorry. I'm like, hey, it's all good, man. It's not, you know. It was funny. I guess Google's doing some crazy stuff. I got an invite to a chat by G Mangos.
I got one too from him. I've never
So
gotten one before.
So I answered the invite, right? I'm the only guy there. And I mean, it's not where it says, you know, this one left, that one left, this one joined, that one left. You know what I mean? I was the only one there. It said invite people. So I was on a private chat with him the other night, and I said, hey, G, I go, you know, the other day you invited me to a chat, and I went, I'm the only one there. He goes, and he starts laughing. He goes, you too? And I go, why is it funny? He says, because it happened to like 4 other guys. So it's I believe it's a Google glitch somewhere. PNAS goes, I'm going to relay that to Mr. Tolley or Stump. I don't know all the names of them, only because, and also too, Mr. Tolley can't see the chat room if you're not familiar. Anyways, you guys, PNASCAR says, I just got my first Mora. He thinks it's a Mora Pro, black and blue insert handle. Does that ring a bell to anybody? And he does say it's a good knife. It seems to be a good knife.
It's a Mora. It's a good knife.
Right, period. But
I haven't had a bad Mora yet.
Do you guys know the different models? Black and blue inserted handle would be Mora Pro.
I think that's just another companion. It might go under another name, but I think it's just a companion.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got a good knife there, Mr. P. NASCAR, sir.
Yep.
And they keep an edge, like, you know, Mr. Tolley said it, they keep an edge like nobody else's business.
Yep, mine have all kept a wonderful edge.
Yep. You can carve with the thing. Great carving, you know. I mean, anything, really.
Right.
I got mad one night. I said to my wife, I'm sharpening every frickin' knife in this house. You can't cut nothing, da 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 da. And she says, well, I says, hang on, I'll fix this problem. I went in and got my Mara. Boom. She says, Jesus. I goes, yep. I goes, there ain't no use in having a knife if it's dull. You know?
That's right.
I don't want the kids to have that knife. I says, that knife is in my possession all the time. The kids can never get at that knife. She says, no, 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 no. I mean, I don't want my knives to be sharp like that knife. I'm like, yeah, well. I said, you need a sharp
I
knife.
do.
Yeah, well, no, her thing is the kids are going to cut each other or whatever, or use it and cut themselves. I says, honey, I says, they don't use.
Right.
You know, I don't sharpen the serrated steak knives, you know. They can put some elbow grease and cut in a steak, you know.
It's funny you say that, Mike. We don't have a single serrated knife in this house.
Really?
But every knife in this house, you know, as far as, with the exception of a butter knife,
Yep.
that's up to that. You know, whether it's just a regular eating knife or, you know, for kitchen work or whatever.
Right.
Every knife in this house you can shave with and you won't even feel it cutting hair.
Yep.
Hey,
My
give
wife-
it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, my wife's worse than I am. Yeah, she's, the minute she feels any resistance cutting anything with a knife in this house, I get home from work and it's laying on my desk. Okay, I know what that means.
My wife ain't figured that one out yet. She'll bitch about it about 2 weeks later.
Hey, give it. Nice
I
to
just
see
sit
you.
and watch YouTube videos or something and sharpen them. So
Give
Part of
Gibbons.
the reason I was a little late getting here. I'm sorry, Mike. It's your chat.
No.
I'm just talking. Go
No,
ahead.
don't worry about it. I just want to say that Gibbons said that he has a wood handle Stone Age Mora, and who just told him which one it is? Did somebody just tell him which one it was? I thought somebody did. But anyway, yeah,
they
those
still
are
make
cool.
those, by the way.
And Paper Tiger said the blue and black is one of the new color companions. So you were right, Mr. Tolley. It's a
Yeah.
companion.
Nice.
Yeah, they've been screwing with colors on everything.
Yeah, they're good. I don't have any.
Ain't a thing
I
wrong with
have
them.
no problem with them whatsoever. You know, I haven't
Hey.
skinned it. I haven't skinned anything with it, but I don't think it'd be right because with the way the Scandi is, it's probably not. But you could probably still do it.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
You might know a little bit more of the relevance on this than I do at the moment. Just got a message from Chad.
Yep.
He's for the most part, he's saying, you know, he wishes he could be here, but, you know, dealing with family stuff.
hmm
And he says, y'all have a blast and tell them they can hold my balls.
Tell him I said, no problem. Just so happens I have 2 pistachio nuts in my hand.
Oh,
2 pistachio shells in my hand. Go ahead, tell him that. Play with fire, Mr. Fat Man. He is something else. He is a great man. You know, my father told me a long time ago, surround yourself with good, smart people, good, decent people. So I do my best to do that, especially on here. So and he's one of them.
You can't go wrong that way.
No,
I think this rifle's going to make a trip to the range.
hey, you guys, watch the store for a minute. I have to go see a man about a horse. I shall
Right
return.
on.
I shall return. Of course, Custer said that too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's dead now. Dead.
That he is. Oh, man.
Stump, what do you think of those Barska scopes? I picked up a little Barska scope to go on this,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't know what the hell to think of it yet.
They're decent for what they are, you know, price-wise and all.
Yeah?
I wouldn't put it on anything any bigger than a 22.
Yeah, this is a pretty cheap scope.
They they'll actually take and hold a fairly decent zero out to about 100, 140.
Well, I don't
But-
shoot my 22s that far.
But I wouldn't expect the scope to give you the ability for anything much better than probably a 1-inch group at 100 yards.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't expect that. I don't expect that from any scope because I can't shoot that well.
Okay.
50 yards, I can shoot that 1-inch group all stinking day long, but
And then there were 3.
I did pick up an NC Star tactical scope.
Okay.
I never knew much about these, but I was reading on a forum and somebody said they were a pretty damn good scope. It's not very big, and I was going to put that on my AR.
Nice.
It's just a straight 4-power.
Right.
So I
Good night,
thought
Frank. I'm sorry. Good night, Frank.
we'll
Thank
at
you
least
for
see how it does on that. I get a 3x9 on there. I'm going to put that on my Mosin, see if it'll handle that kind of recoil.
Right.
I think a Simmons 8-point ought to be able to handle it, though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bullet Points. Thanks for coming and saying hi.
Yes, thank you. Thanks to everybody that showed up tonight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
no
man.
kidding.
And imagine that. I still have power because of that booster thing I bought. I still have...
Booster thing?
Yeah, I bought that. My wife bought a Black & Decker... What did I say it was earlier? Oh, no, I need to land. Let's see. Hang on a minute. Black & Decker power station. It's got like four... It's got like 4 power, that I can plug shit in. 4 outlets on it. It's got an air compressor on it. It's got battery cables on it. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
I got something like that. So I've started on a project to build a teardrop camper.
Oh, yeah.
Seen one of them?
Nice.
I have, yes.
Well, I was shopping around for trailers to build this on, and I had a 4x6. I thought, well, hell, I'll just stretch it out a little bit, and we'll be good to go. And my welding skills aren't that good, and it would have cost me about $150 to take it to to a welder that knows what the hell they're doing to weld it. I was talking to him, and I said, well, how much it costs just to do a full-on custom trailer and use my axle?
Right.
So all the other trailers I was looking at were about $500 for a 4x8 trailer, and he did it for me for $335.
Nice.
So I got a full-on custom trailer, all built with 1/4-inch angle iron. This is very nice.
It's funny. I deliver parts to trailer makers. They buy all our. We also do. Not only do I work for Science Supply, but he does fasteners and stuff too. So we sell rivets of all sorts, pup rivet guns, and all that stuff.
Sure.
I go down and I watch them make them these custom trailers. It's phenomenal. They're using
Yeah.
040. You know what a lot of them are using? They're either using 040 aluminum or 063 aluminum for the sides. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not, nothing heavy, Good night,
Yeah,
Peachy.
the sides are wood, and they're 3/4-inch marine grade plywood.
Yep.
Spar varnish. I mean, the sides are done. They're sitting over on the other side of the basement here, and just kind of go from there.
Yeah, those are cool though. I got this.
Yeah.
I got to get rid of this one. This one's way too. Well, it's not way too big, but it's a fifth wheel. And I don't even know anybody with a fifth wheel to move it for me. Because I just had to go through a whole ton of stuff up here where I am in New Hampshire. Before you can just drop a trailer on the property and call it a day. Because the club owns the property, and now the town says no, so they all have to be registered, and they all have to have a permit from the town. So I did all that crap, registered it, insured it, and put the trying to get the permit for it from the town and all that to be up to par, up to standard, what they want. Problem is that we move it down to a common area. We move all the trailers down to a common area for the, for the off season, for the winter or whatever. And like I said, it. It sucks trying to get somebody with a fifth wheel that owns a truck with a fifth wheel to get in here and move it for me.
Right.
So I even called some of these camper places that have, that sell them.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, there's one guy. It's not too far from me. Probably, I don't know, 18 miles, 17 miles. I'm like, I'll give you $100. Just all you can do is move it 0.2 of a friggin' mile. Not even, to this common area.
Don't even care about the lights working at that point.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't need them. I don't need all of it. It's not even leaving the property.
Yeah.
But I think next year I'll have to look into getting a trailer with a regular hitch and pull it where I want to pull it.
You are talking about a great big old fifth wheel. We've been actually looking at campers to go behind the motorcycle.
Yeah, I saw one of those the other day. That's kind of cool.
Those teardrops, you can do that with those teardrops.
And they had to be light enough too, Tolly. I think you're right.
Yeah.
They'd be light enough.
Mine being all made out of steel, I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
For just being a trailer, but yeah, you can make them out of aluminum and stuff, and you just fine.
Yep.
Neither me nor my wife is petite.
Right. Well, yeah, that's, me and my wife, we're not, scrawny by no means. We're both fully grown.
Right. Yeah.
And, but after we started looking into it, I mean, there's nothing wrong, camping via tarps, just stash them on the bike or, small tent or whatever. But, sometimes you go and you're going to be there, like some of the rallies we'll go to.
Yeah.
Like when we go to Sturgis. Granted it's a week. Oh, God, yes.
Well, you got to swing by.
Are you that close? Seriously?
Well, I'm in southern Minnesota.
You got to go right
through.
through
I can pull that off.
You come across I-90.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of going down to 80, or I suppose you take 76, is it? Goes down that way? Yeah, if you cut across on I-90, swing by, say hi.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then if you get on I-90...
I'm only 45 minutes from the Iowa border.
Oh, yeah. This just might be happening soon.
Well, you just let me know.
I will.
Just let me know.
And just for shitty shake, if you get on that I-90 and you go as east as you can go, and you hit the Atlantic Ocean, I'm not too far from that.
I get my bike wet with salt water. I'm gonna be pouting.
I'll give you a little history. I-90 ends. So I-90 is here, right?
Okay.
And Logan Airport in Boston is here. Doesn't end in the airport, but beside the airport. And that's where I-90 ends. So if you look at a map of Massachusetts and you see Logan Airport, that's where I-90 ends.
Okay.
East side, anyways. I don't know where it ends.
I've run 90 from end to end.
Yeah.
So
that's how I took.
I know where I-90 starts and stops.
Yeah, that's where I took. I took 90 to go out to when I went to my cousins out in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
We took 90. Yep. Until we got to Ohio, and then we hit. I don't know. 270. I don't know what the route number was, but we went down the center of Ohio, and then we did one of these around the cities, around like Cleveland and Columbus. Did one of the a loop to loop, so we didn't have to sit in all the city stuff. We have a highway up here that does the same thing. 495, Route 495 does the same thing. So
we got 494 here.
Oh, there.
Yeah. 494 goes around. Goes most of the way around the Twin Cities.
Yep. I still wish I knew the name of that town in southern Minnesota where I stayed. Hey, Mr. Cabernet, you have yourself a great night, and thank you as always for coming in.
See you, Denny.
Good to see you, Denny.
See, I really enjoyed the video they put out.
What's that?
Mr. Cabernet, I enjoy that channel a pretty good bit. Yeah,
absolutely. I I like the one that Gear put out the other day too. The on the modifieds on dirt. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loved it.
I was gonna go to after that demo derby that I did. I was gonna go the next night. They had the enduro races.
Mm.
I was just kind of wore out, sitting in that hot sun and crap, man. It'll tire a fat guy out.
My
Yep.
my wife's friend has her parents moved from the city down here in Mass up to Harmony, Maine, and I says, "Hon, you know, we went over and we were shooting the breeze with her and everything." And I says, "Hon," I says, "you know what?" I said, "They even have demolition derby up there." And she looked at me. She says, "How do you know about it?" You know, the girl, her girlfriend says to me, she says, "How do you know about this?" "Oh, I saw it on YouTube. It's great." Da 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 da. And so we're talking about it, and I'm getting all excited, you know. And my wife says, "Oh my God, you are a redneck."
What better way is there to pass a Friday night? You know.
I mean, really. I says, "Hon,
Sit
where
at the
else?" I'm like, "Hon, where else would you rather be on your anniversary than at a friggin' demolition derby?"
Yeah. I got to take clients to it, or some of the folks that we work with. So
Oh,
I got
really?
paid to be there. Plus, I got my admission paid.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I can't ask for much more when I can pull that one off.
We had a little. We have a little in Hudson, New Hampshire. It's almost on the Mass border. I had a little track, and so back in the '80s, my buddy says, "Oh, you could get in a spectator race with me." I'm like, "Nah." He's, "Oh, it'll be fun. It'll be fun." I'm like, "All right." So I get in a spectator race with him. I was dying laughing because this guy showed up. I swear to God, he showed up with the family station wagon. And we're on the track. You ready for this? We're on the track. He's using his blanker. I was pissing myself laughing, right?
Oh god.
So I finished. I don't know. I finished.
That's funny.
I think I finished 6th or 7th or whatever the hell it was. You know, out of 12. But my buddy came in like 2nd or 3rd or whatever. Well, now they got the figure 8, right?
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
And I said to my buddy, I says, "I'm going to do the figure 8, but listen to me closely. I am not pussing out, okay?" I said, "So if anybody thinks they're going to stop at an intersection, they're either A, going to get rear-ended by me, or B, I'm going right by them." He's, "All right, I'm with you. I'm with you." And that's what we did. And we were just, you know, and what wound up happening is I absolutely just leveled this freaking car. He was like in this Chevy Cavalier type thing or whatever the hell it was, and I'm in my '75 Monte Carlo. He had no chance.
None.
And I had this thing. I had to be doing at least 40, 45. Because it's a small track, so you're not, you know what I mean? And I just went, didn't look, didn't do anything. I just went, and I just caught him out of the corner of my eye. I went, "Oh, I hope this doesn't hurt." And I just went, boom! Dude, that car rocked, right? And what do? What? I'm taking off, you know? And so they're like, "Hey, hit her," you know. But I had he didn't get hurt, so nobody got hurt. So, but
That's always good.
my buddy's like, "You're out of your flipping mind." I goes, "I'm here to have fun. I don't even give a rat's ass. I'm here to have fun." You know.
That's what you got to do.
Oh yeah.
I used to run in some demos years and years ago. I'm getting kind of old, fat for running in a demo now, but
Yeah, the bones will hurt after a while.
yeah, that shit hurts now.
Right? Now you're cringing.
Yeah, but we used to have a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
Somebody's in the Rebel. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're talking about Stan might be coming to Ohio. That's awesome. That's awesome, Stan. That'd be great. Good for you. they're talking about the Civil War.
Yep.
U.S. history, my favorite. My favorite subject at school is U.S. history.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough for that.
I'd come home with a couple Fs, a couple of D minuses on the report card, the whole nine, and come home with like an A in U.S. history, and gym, of course. Dad.
See, I
Dad.
always came home with an F in gym. I was a rebel, man. I didn't want to participate in nothing.
And I'd always say to my father, "But Dad, look, I got an A in history and an A in gym. Son, first of all, if you failed gym, you best bet have been in a hospital somewhere. Second of all, history doesn't count." I go, "Why doesn't it count?" "You just because you're good at it."
Damn.
He says it takes more. It says it takes more to get a good grade in something that you're not so good at. Then, you know, I'm like, yeah, all right, but still. He's, yeah, but you know what, Mikey? It's not even a grade. He used to tell me. He says, look at these comments. Disruptive in class, doesn't pay attention, doesn't do homework, misses tests, misses quizzes, misses this, misses. You see those? That's what's getting you in trouble right now. Oops. So, I said the same thing to my kid. And it's funny because now all my kids, my son's comments are pleasure to have in class, shows outstanding effort, you know, yada, yada, yada. And he's getting the C, he's getting the B minus, he's getting the D plus or what have you. But he's doing all his homework, he's doing all this shit. I can't fault him for that.
That's some of the hardest stuff to get kids to do, though.
It is. It is. I mean, but we all have our quirks. We all have our like me, U.S. history back in the day was it was easy for me. It came naturally, came
thing,
easy.
huh?
Math
Yeah.
was my father, my sister, you know. My other sister was geography. They all lump them all in one now, but geography, I had one sister. I had a brother with science, you know. I mean, it's just all, but we'd help, shit, I was helping my sister. She got an online degree, and I'm helping her do her history homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hadn't been in school for, holy shit, how many years? And so I said to her, I says, I'll do my best. I says, I don't know if they rewrote history. I'm not even being funny, but on the, you know, I can help you with what I know, you know. And she was like, cool, you know. But yeah, math, nah, not me. No.
You know,
Unfortunately.
the thing
I
about
did okay with math.
What was that, Stumper?
One of the few classes.
Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, math was one of the few classes I could do okay in.
You know, like you were saying, like, you know, the history. I've always really enjoyed history, but at the same time, I've had enough sense to understand history is written by whoever won the fight that led up to it being something worth writing down.
Yep.
So you kind of have to take a lot of history with a grain of salt and try to sort through several different versions of the same story to try and figure out the truth.
Yep.
Yep. Well, it's like the old thing up here, you know. You know, I don't know what they say now, but in the history books I grew up with was, you know, Paul Revere riding through the streets of Boston, saying, you know, the redcoats are coming, the redcoats are coming. They said that he wouldn't have said the redcoats are coming because everybody knew who. You know, he would have said something else. I was watching History on Boston one day, and I forget what the hell he said, but they said, and this is from one of the guys that is part of the reenactments, and they reenact it right in the city too. Right in the city streets, they reenact the massacre.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Paul Revere, he wouldn't have said the Redcoats are coming or the British are coming. He was, I wish I could. I have to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, so I get what you. I totally understand what you're saying.
Right on.
Hey, Gimp Geek, thanks for coming in, brother. Good to see you. It's all right that you were way late because we're still here. You know why? Because I used a power charger thingamabob tonight, and my laptop still has power. Not like a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember that. What happened? That debacle. Did we even last an hour, Mr. Tolley? I mean, really?
I don't think we did. Don't think we did.
That was horrible. I felt really bad. You know. But yeah, I'm with you, Stump. Some things aren't as they seem, so to speak.
Right.
What would have been? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, the old argument about Plymouth Rock and the big sign down there that's, you know, home on the first Thanksgiving, and you know, so it's always a fight, you know.
Yep.
And every year, just about every year on Thanksgiving, there's a protest of sorts, I guess, if you want to call it. Some of the Native Americans that are still down that area, they protest against all the, you know. But what the hell are you gonna do? You know, it's.
All right. I can tell you what I do concerning it. I put a turkey in the smoker, and when he's just now being done, I drop him down in hot oil and deep fry him to finish him off.
Right.
And generally, I kick back with several nice ice cold adult beverages and don't worry about it.
Yep. And watch football all day long.
I like that plan.
Yeah, my brother tried to deep fry a turkey, and he did it right by the instructions, and I mean right to a T. You know, he weighed the turkey after he defrosted it. Did everything right by the T. Right amount of oil, right amount of heat, the whole thing. And he said that it came out like a shoe. He wasn't happy. But
I don't do turkey. My wife makes that. I won't take that away from her. My sister gets Christmas and we get Thanksgiving.
Yep. Yeah, given Virginians are special. There's a joke coming, but no, I won't do that because you said your family originates from there, so I won't do the joke from Virginia. It's only because I was going to pick on Johnny Master at Arms Done. Although he's not a true Virginian, he's a Georgian. But
Johnny was from Alabama.
was it Bama? What did I say, Georgia? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus, he heard me say he's from Georgia. He's gonna. Yeah. Oh, there's a bit for him. He's gonna kick my ass for saying that. Yeah, you're right. I should know. He's he's one of those Roll Tide people.
Yep.
He's an Alabamian.
And I got to admit, I enjoy it very much when you and him get to bickering back and forth about that.
Yeah, it's. Do you know? You're talking about that, right? Do you know that somebody actually thought one night, we were on Jamie time, and somebody actually thought that he and I were actually like
Gonna come to blows over it?
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, because they instant messaged me, and I'm like, nah, Johnny and I are cool. I go, we just have, it's like being a Red Sox fan and a Yankees fan, or being, it's just a rivalry. It's just a,
Right.
It's just fun. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's all in clean fun. I said, I said, if you notice the little spat Johnny and I have, I go, In no way, shape, manner, or form did Johnny ever personally attack me, nor did I do that to him.
Right.
We do it in a manner in which we don't do that to each other, so it's all fun. It's all, you know. I said,
It's a spirited, gentlemanly discussion.
absolutely,
There you go.
absolutely.
Fun and games. That's all it is.
Yep.
That's right.
And it is. It's absolutely fun, you know. And the funny thing is, I always root for the Boston College Eagles first, but I do love the Auburn Tigers. So, you know, football season rolls around. Johnny and I have fun. It sucks he's moving so far further south than he, you know, but I mean, it's good for them. Don't misunderstand me, but because I was going to see, I got to figure out a way to watch that. I told him one night that he and I will go on a private chat or something and watch the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just,
I don't see where him being another hour or two in this direction would.
well, because I could
slow
do
that
it.
down, man.
Well, because I could do it on a weekend, but you know, because he's with traffic and me having to stop. Well, I really don't have to stop to pee in a cup, but you know, if I wanted to, you know, stop to eat or something or what have you, even with doing all that, he's even now where he's living, he's probably a good 10.5 hours out away from me.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a little bit.
so I mean, I can do that in one stint. You know, I can leave my house at, you know, 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and get there by, you know, 2 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Oh, Gimp Geek, you didn't know that, my brother? Mr. Tully, I know you can't read the external, so I'll read it for you. Gimp Geek says, Mike,
Okay.
you're just trying to make me not like you, aren't you? You vote to Hitlery, not Hillary, Hitlery. You're a Patriots fan. I'll always be a Patriots fan, brother. And now you're an Auburn fan. Yeah, I've been an Auburn fan since the '80s. But yeah, sorry, Gimp Geek. I guess I'm giving you more and more reason. You know, and you know, if I was just wondering if Hillary becomes president, right? Does she get to have an intern in the Oval Office? You know, but then again, you're thinking, who would actually do that to her? You know,
Right.
Bill was probably drinking when it happened, but you know what he did was doing it to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
There's a stomach churning thought.
right. Auburn. Kim King says Auburn's SEC, yeah. So I go with Arkansas. Kansas. I can't root for the Razorbacks. I'll tell you what. Here's who I root for. I root for my Auburn, obviously my BC Eagles, my Auburn Tigers, and anybody that beats fucking Alabama. That's who I root for. All right. Yeah, DP, we don't say Roll Tide on the Quagmire. You're not allowed to. What's his name? Oh, what's his name was here? He'd be saying it. Oh, I hate when it's late at night and I can't think of names. Galen Long. If Galen Long was there, he'd be all up and down me right about now. He'd probably be instant messaging Johnny saying, "Hey, Mike's shitting all over Alabama again." You know?
Mike, if you don't mind for just a second, Hey NASCARs, I think you're actually thinking about Chad, the Batman. He was the one with the eye patch.
Yep.
He was.
Getting the fat men confused again.
Yeah, see that? All the fat guys look alike.
Yeah.
That's why I go by Mr. Tully now.
I know, I've been calling you Mr. Tolly since the day I met you. Since the day
Yeah,
I
you've
think I
been doing
first
it
saw one of your
forever.
videos.
Yep, you've been doing it forever.
I was always told to respect my
I
elders.
kind of like it.
Well, I was always told to respect my elders, you know.
You're a smart ass, Mikey.
That's why I'm polite to you, Mike.
You know. What are you talking about? Yeah, you're older than I am, bro.
No.
Oh, you look at.
That's what spending many years in a motorcycle club will do for you.
Right on.
7 days a week, 20 hours a day. Yeah. And we're not even going to talk about all the booze and drugs back then.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't need to talk about that. I wasn't even in
Been
the
there,
club
done
and had plenty of that.
Exactly, I was going to say. Yep.
I do gotta say, I really miss my bike.
I'll tell you, man, my schedule at work here lately, even though mine's sitting out here in the carport, I miss mine too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can remember, with the club, there were days, we'll call them, just strings of time between when I did get to sleep, leave here, run up into New York, hang out there an hour, maybe two. We're talking about 3rd Street. And then run all the way back down to Florida and then come back to here in Greenwood before I go to sleep. And then get up and go to work.
Yeah.
It was a heck of a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done that.
I don't know how I did it, but I lived through it. Kind of glad those days
Makes us stronger.
Yeah.
Right?
Looking back, I don't know how I did half the shit I did. Don't know how I survived it. Don't know how I had the money. Don't know how I had the money to do it. And now I couldn't afford it because it's just. We're talking about tonight. We were eating dinner, and I says, Jesus. I said, even if I was still drinking today, I says, I don't think I could go to a Patriots game and buy a beer. I says, Jesus. I says, they got to be $10 a piece, $9.50 a piece.
Yeah.
I says, Jesus, it cost me $200 just to drink. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
But
just finished my first dog collar.
Nice. Let me go to
That's
the
really good.
eye internal, and I'll click on you. Cool. There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, first one.
Now, how heavy a leather do you use for the? What ounce leather do you use for that?
For this?
Yeah.
10 ounce.
10. I was gonna say 10, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah. My little dog, she pulls a lot.
Yep.
Take her for a walk, so I got to have a good sturdy collar. I got a paracord collar on her now.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I also made. She's had that one for a couple of years now.
I had to give
Held
Michelle.
up really well.
I had to give Michelle. A long time ago, Michelle said that she can do it as in true form. Their stump, as Michelle would say, pericord.
Right on.
She could do a sling for me for my muzzle loader and my shotgun. But so one of these days I gotta hook up with her.
Mr. Tyler,
Yeah,
I got to tell you, that is beautiful. You do good work, man.
Oh yeah.
I do try. I'm so anal retentive, it's hard not to.
Right on.
I get overly concerned about function, and then I want it to look decent.
Right.
But function comes first.
So I went to start that sheath, right? And
Yeah.
so I'm doing my. All I did was I walked in my bedroom, and I went to get the piece of leather. And I'm like, Gina, I'm starting my thing tonight, and that's all there is to it. All right, Mike, cool. You ready? I wouldn't. I didn't even come out of the bedroom and sit down yet. Dad, can I? Dad, come here. Dad.
Yeah.
Dad. I put it down. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. I look at the frickin' clock. It's like 10:30, 11:15, and I gotta friggin' get up and go to work. And I'm on son, bitch. Boom. And then the next night it's dance night, or it's my youngest daughter plays basketball, so it's basketball right after work, and then I gotta cook. We're cooking dinner, what have you. And dude, I'm telling you. I says to the wife, I says, one of these days when the house is, when I'm home alone, I'm gonna lock the door. Somebody else can come back in and say, Dad once or Honey once, and she says, welcome to my world. She said, what do you think happens when you're at work? I says, right.
All day long.
She says, now do you get it? I says, wow.
All day long. I didn't get nothing done when I had kids home. Nothing.
Oh, well, it's easy with my son. It's easy with my son because he's 17, so he's off and doing his own thing, But
yeah.
The girls are still, they're young enough. They still need, But I brought my mower up. I brought my mower up, and I'm going to see if there's a hatchet over my brother's cottage tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna sit in front of my trailer here, and Chris from Wyndham Woodcraft did one, and so did Ben. Ben from when I first started knowing people, I knew them by their YouTube names, and once I found out their first names, I go by their first name, and now I can't remember their YouTube name. You guys know Ben. He was on. He was always in Jamie Time all the time. Stump. He does gear reviews, whether it be a tent, a knife. He's on Twitter.
Oh,
Damn it! But anyway, he put out a video a while back about making a spoon, a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start one tomorrow.
I got my spoon knife.
That I don't have. So when I get to that point, I'm gonna have to buy one, borrow one, go to a yard sale, do something. But
Well, I told my wife I had it. Now she says, you got to make me a wooden spoon that's long enough for my canning pot.
there you go.
So it's, that thing's 13 inches tall, I think it is.
There you
The
go.
work cut out for me.
Yep.
But that's a Mora one, too. Another Mora.
they definitely make it a whole lot easier to do, Mike. But
Yep.
you can do it with that.
Well, I have a Mora with me. I got my companion with me.
For carving the bowl part of the spoon,
Yep.
you're going to want something that's got plenty of curve and no point.
Right.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
point
this one has a point.
Oh, it does?
It'll stick you.
Yep.
You ain't careful, it'll poke you. Just poke
Yeah,
me.
see, that's why I don't want to really try to use my Mora to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's just stitches waiting to happen or a finger loss waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Stitches with my wife's kitchen knives and, finger loss with my Mora.
Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be, ain't it?
Right?
Yeah.
I keep her knives sharp enough to give a person stitches, but yeah, I think most of mine would take a finger right off.
Oh, yeah.
Even like my old Stanley, the Stanley slide knife, I even sharpen those.
Yo.
I'll tell you, the other shop.
Because I'm too cheap. I'm too cheap to keep buying blades for the damn thing, so I sharpen them.
Me and you both.
One of the only other sharp knives I've ever put in my hand was the. You guys saw the video a while back. Johnny did. I got him a condor.
Oh yeah.
And wow. that thing could split a hair.
Yeah. Someday I want to get one of those bush lures.
Oh yeah.
That means I got to quit buying guns first, but I don't know.
Like my Mora so
like
much,
them.
you know.
I don't think you can beat a Mora. It's a good
I know.
knife.
Yeah, you know, and I like it, and
Yep.
because I'm one of those guys. Now, I don't want anybody out in the well, you guys or anybody out in the chat room to think I'm not knocking anybody that does it. I'm just saying this for me. If I know I'm going out in the woods, you know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
gonna bring the tools I need. So
Yeah.
so therefore, I'm not gonna take and start batoning any knife or you know what I mean?
If you don't have to.
If exactly, if I'm in an emergency, if I'm hiking and I don't have everything you know what I mean, and I do have a knife, and I'm in an emergency situation, yeah, then I'm gonna baton because I don't have the hatchet with me, okay, or even a tomahawk for that matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I know I'm gonna be out in the woods and I know I'm gonna be doing this and doing that, I'm gonna bring one with me so I don't need to baton because I truly believe in using a tool. To me, has a job. Every tool has a specific. Hey, good night, Paper. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Every tool has a specific job. Does not mean that you can't. Again, it doesn't mean you can't use a tool for another job. But I don't know if I'm making sense. But
Yeah. No, you are.
it's just
Making
how
plenty of sense.
it's just how I am. So again, I'm not knocking anybody that does baton. I'm just saying that,
Well,
I don't want to do. I don't want to break the tool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go buy a bush lure or a whatever, or have, have somebody make me a custom knife, and then go start whacking the shit out of the thing. I'm just not gonna do it.
No.
Again, unless it's an emergency situation and I don't have the proper tools. If I have the proper tools, I do, and if I don't, then that's different.
and see
Yep. And I did that video. God, it's a year ago. I called it A Tale of Three Knives, and I had a bunch of cheap ass Mora knockoffs that I had picked up.
Yep.
I remember that video.
This little 511, and this little son of a bitch, I busted just a little teeny bit off the tip.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to sharpen that out in a minute, But this little frickin' Mora held up and beat the shit out of all three of those other knives. That Wahoo Killer was $1.99, I think I paid for it on Bud K. And that thing held up. I still have that one. The other two broke. But I did everything. I batoned wood,
Yep.
I batoned it. I carved it. I made fire sticks or feather sticks. I did everything with them. But the two of them couldn't handle the batoning. This one took everything and just kept going. So anybody wants to doubt a Mora, it was an $8 knife. I spent $8 on that Mora 511, and it's great, fantastic knife. I've batoned with my K-bar too, but
Speaking of K-bar,
the little stouter knife.
you guys know K-bar user, right? Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Wasn't it Tom that?
Actually.
Tom K-bar. Check him out. His YouTube name is K-bar user, all one word.
Okay.
Really good guy, and that knows a great amount of shit.
Right on.
But Stump, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it him that was crying because he was watching he was he was watching a video of someone was absolutely beating the shit out of a moron on purpose. Like, don't do that, don't do. Wasn't him that did that
Yeah.
video, right?
Yeah.
But literally, they were just beating the absolute piss out of it, you know, and he wasn't. He was freaking. So yeah, I know. It's but I mean, I know they can take a beating. That's for sure.
Yeah, they can.
They'll take
No doubt about it. But
They'll take a lot of abuse, a lot more than you would think they would.
yeah, especially being that it's not a full tang knife.
Right.
Well, it's what, 3/4 at best?
I want to
At
say,
best, I think it's about 2/3.
yeah, because Chad, when Chad just did his video the other day, right? Well, I can say the other day was probably last week or whatever.
Yeah, it was
On-
last week, I think.
Yeah, on his companion, and he's got a hole in the handle, and he
Yeah.
said you can see the
Yeah.
blade. And do me a favor, hold up your Mora for a minute there, Scott, will you? All right. So right past like midpoint of the handle, like right about right. See where it goes down like that? That's about where.
Yeah.
That's about where the
Yeah.
blade stops. Right where your right thumb is. Yeah, right where you're pointing. Yep. That's right about where
Yep, about 2/3 up.
Yep, it look that's yep. So I mean, so it's pretty much. I mean, yeah, it's not full tank, but
I love the way it fits in the hand, though.
oh, don't you love that? I love the rise on the
The extra.
Yep.
The texture to it. I mean, everything about it just fits really good. When I got that 511, there was and they don't have it that. The new ones aren't that way. The front guard here came way down and really had a curve to it.
Mhm.
With my fat fingers, it was really, really uncomfortable. And I just lopped it off and rounded it off a bit. And now it's a really good fit in the hand.
Yeah,
Not afraid to modify the inexpensive knives. When I got a
Right.
$50, $60 knife, I don't want to do any modifications
Exactly.
to that.
Right.
To replace my K-bar, that's an $80 knife to go buy that again. Unless you buy one of them cheap-ass knockoffs for $12 or whatever they are.
Yeah. But those are nice.
Yeah, damn fine knife.
Yeah, it is.
I need to get a couple more. I need to. My wife wants me to put a pack together for her, so I need to get another companion. I can't think of a better knife for her to have.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're rolling up on we're rolling up on 2 a.m. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, you two guys don't go anywhere, by the way. I'm going to say,
I ain't going nowhere.
hopefully, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody out in the chat room. And before I do that, once again, I want to thank you a million times over for coming. It's great to the support you guys have shown me in Ohio on this chat is just awesome, and I totally love it. And I know you guys that are hanging out here late, and for all you people that were out there to take a word out of Michelle's dictionary, the silent watchers. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for watching. And these guys have been having a discussion on the Civil War for a while now, and that's awesome. I think one of these nights we're going to have DP in here, and given I don't know if you have the capabilities of doing a chat, like headset or what have you, but if you do, I'd like you to come on too. I'd love to have. I would love to have the same kind of chat, only but that you guys are having right now in the chat section. I would love to have that on air. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think that'd be awesome.
Yes.
Yep. So, once again, I'd like to thank you guys. I don't know that if Ohio would say the same thing if you were here. So, on behalf of Ohio and me, thanks a million. And thanks for everybody that did come in tonight on the panel. I know those other guys had to leave, and Tom.
Life happens, man.
Absolutely. In Ohio had to go, but and thank you, Mr. Tolley, and of course Stump for hanging out and coming.
Tis my pleasure.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna say good night, all, and we'll see you all next week. Enjoy your week, and talk to you soon. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Later, y'all.